The Cursed Prince. Once upon a time, in a grand kingdom, there lived a queen named Trinity. Queen Trinity was a brave queen and had led the kingdom well for decades together. Her subjects loved her and revered her. Over time, Queen Trinity grew arrogant and began to believe that she could never be defeated.
Your Highness, the neighboring kingdom has offered a truce. This will bring peace to both the kingdoms.
Of course they offered a truce. They must have gotten scared of my never-ending success. I have built this all by myself.
Of course, Mother. You have single-handedly won so many battles.
Yes, my dear Audrey. General, tell them we will decide a place and time for the truce, and they will have to be there if they want it.
Mother, you have been brave and defied all, and there is no doubt about that. But to believe that you have single-handedly won the battles is wrong. You have a massive army at your disposal. You were destined to be a great leader, and you are. But it is fate that guides us all, not our bravery alone.
Princess Samantha was the younger princess of the kingdom, and unlike the elder princess, Princess Audrey, she always spoke her mind and sought to have humility in her mother.
Only weaklings believe in fate.
That day, there was chaos in the garden of the kingdom.
Haha, of course. Wait, what did you say? Ow, hey, don't do that.
Remo, who is a strange man talking to himself?
He is not from our kingdom, Princess. I was called to examine him, but I cannot find anything physically wrong. Well, other than the fact that he is glowing. There's only one explanation. He is cursed. Ah, oh my. You're without a doubt the most, horrible, beautiful person I have met. How dare you call our princess horrible? What? When did I say horrible? You're pinching me. But I didn't even touch you. Lead me to the mountains of the Eclatus. That is the only way to defeat the warlock. Yeah! The mountains of Eclatus. Warlock. This is bad. This is really bad.
Huh?
Your Highness, the strange man seems to be cursed by the warlock. He can neither sleep nor eat.
That notorious warlock has troubled many kingdoms.
But Mother, what are the mountains of Eclatus?
Eclatus is home to many magical beings, and like the warlock, not all of them are friendly. Over the years, many good soldiers have lost themselves in pursuit of this warlock. I'm afraid we cannot help the strange man. He may be cursed, but at least he is breathing. The mountains of Eclatus is not a place he should be.
Your Highness, the mountains respect a complete soul. In the olden times, it was said that when two people are in unison, the two souls become one whole. One way for two people to be in unison is marriage. If that strange man is married to somebody, then he and his partner can enter the mountains and reach the warlock without being lost.
That's a silly suggestion. I cannot expect anybody from my kingdom to marry the strange man and enter the forest. It's dangerous.
I will marry him. Mother, I am the princess of this kingdom. This warlock must be defeated, and it is only right for me to step up. I am trained for battle. I can protect the man and defeat the warlock. This is my fate.
Oh, you and your fate, Samantha.
Queen Trinity and Princess Audrey tried everything they could to convince her, but the younger princess had made up her mind. The ceremony was short and simple. The marriage forged a union of Samantha and Sullivan. To the queen's dismay, the younger princess immediately left for the mountains of Eclatus with her newly wedded husband.
Yes, we are in the forest. Tell me, my princess, how is it that you don't need a torch? If you don't stop biting me, I will sneeze so hard enough to throw you to the other end of the forest. So where were we? Yes, how don't you need a torch?
Because you're glowing enough?
Of course! You are a princess and quite intelligent.
Thanks.
No, I didn't mean it that way. Stop biting.
One night, when the princess returned from a nearby pond with water, she was astonished to see that Sullivan was in a deep sleep. And strange yet, she saw that the light of her husband was leaving through the palm of his hands.
Oh my! His nose is not a great place to stay. I was sure he was going to sneeze.
Get away from my husband!
Princess, please. We are not going to hurt King Sullivan.
King Sullivan?
Yes, Princess. He's the king of the Newlands.
The kingdom of Newlands is far away beyond the valleys. It is near our home, the lake of the pixies. We were being troubled by a warlock who lives in these very mountains.
We get our energy from our queen, and she gets it from the Wonderstone. It has immense power. But the warlock stole it from our very home, and since then, the queen has been sick.
We went to King Sullivan for help, and as kind as he is, he readily agreed. The Wonderstone is passed by our ancestors, and only we can get it back, so we had to travel with the king. Our energy is reducing, and we need a source to survive. The king offered us to stay on him.
Once we reach the warlock's cave, the king will fight the warlock, and we will retrieve the Wonderstone.
And how will he fight the warlock if he isn't sleeping or eating?
The pixies had no answer.
I am proud of him. Everybody kept thinking that he is Madman Sullivan, and he didn't care for any of that. He indeed is a strong and brave king. He will defeat the warlock, but he cannot survive like this. Wait, I can help.
Samantha had a secret friend of her own, the fairy of the ponds. She called for the fairy and asked for her help in this odd situation. The fairy thought for a while, went back in the water, and came back with some magical mud. Samantha made a pot out of the mud and asked all the pixies to sit inside. The magic of the pot gave strength to the pixies, and they didn't have to sit on the king anymore.
Remember, my dear princess, the one way to defeat the warlock is to expose him to pure light.
It was almost afternoon the next day when Sullivan woke up.
Oh, wow, it feels like the sleep of ages. Wait, I can blink. Did I defeat the warlock in sleep? The pixies got their stone.
Just when I thought my husband is an intelligent and wise man, you had to say something like that. We are yet to reach the cave, King. The pixies got tired of your sneezing threats and found themselves another home. I know all about the pixies and how you offered to help. I'm proud of you.
I knew I married the right woman.
In a short while, they reached the cave of the warlock. It was afternoon for sure, but the forest was so thick that it looked like midnight in there.
Why is it so dark?
Well, the forest is too thick, and the pixies have suddenly lost their light.
I will have to go in alone. The pixies are vulnerable without their light.
Look who's here. What a pleasure to have royals at my doorstep.
Good that you are out of your dungeon yourself, Warlock. Give the Wonderstone back to these pixies and you shall be pardoned.
I'm so scared. Oh no, help, help. Aren't you cute, King Sullivan?
King Sullivan took out his lasso and attempted to capture the warlock, but the warlock kept dodging him.
The fairy had said that the way to defeat is to expose him to pure light. It means the sun. But the forest is too thick. Wait, it is not just the light of the sun. The pixies beam with purity too. You all are much more powerful than he is because you are pure at heart. Believe in yourselves, pixies, and let your heart shine the brightest light.
On the other hand, Warlock was overpowering the king.
Afraid of snakes, Your Highness. Enough games. Now it's time to say goodbye.
Don't you dare! You use your powers for your selfish gains, and we will never let you win. On me!
The pixies came together and beamed their brightest light. Samantha ran to King Sullivan and covered his face. The light consumed the warlock. The kingdom of Newlands was happy to have their king back, and the pixies were happy to have their queen. And as for King Sullivan, let's just say he was more than happy to have found his death.
I have been nothing but arrogant, my child. It was certainly your fate to become the brave queen you are today, and you were humble and confident enough to let your fate guide you. You have taught me the true meaning of being a wise person and leader.
The kingdom of Newlands was led to its prosperity by the wise King Sullivan and Queen Samantha for many, many years.